book will also do, it will give you more than 60 sources of income.
60?
More than 60 things you can do to make money. So I've made so many mistakes when it comes to money. Oh my God, I'm sure your mistake or anybody else's mistakes don't come close to mine. I'm telling you, I've made so many mistakes when it comes to managing money. So I sat down and I thought, you know what, I don't want other people to make the same mistakes I've made. But those things, and you know, it's global. And the reason it's global is I need us to think globally. A lot of people go like, oh, but a sorting is small. Why are you thinking of a sorting? Let's just start there.
Why?
Exactly, why? Think of the whole world. It is your playground. Think what can you do on the internet? You say, when I come back, I want to start mentoring young girls. So I came back and then I started mentoring young girls. But what I've realized as we've been mentoring is that a lot of young boys are being left behind. And my goal is to know how to do goals, how to do an action plan to say this is what I want to do, this is what I'm going to do. They know how to do community service. But what I found is that when you ask a lot of young men, what is your vision? What is your dream? What is your mission? What is your purpose? What are you here on earth to do? A lot of them struggle to answer this question.
Welcome to the next thing that's gonna block. Thank you very much for tuning again for another fire episode. Today is a very special day. I have a special guest with me here. But before she introduces herself, and if you do not do what I'm gonna ask, I will ask her to leave. So please subscribe to this channel and share with your friends so that you know today's gonna be a very, very special day. We're gonna be talking about a very important topic. I know, guys, we need to hear this. So please share, like, and subscribe. Anyway, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Thank you, Kazai. My name is Colisile Tfwala. Recently, Mrs. Melanie. I still forget that. But yeah, I'm Colisile Tfwala and I am from here.
Alright, so Coli is a very phenomenal person. I remember when I first met her, when was that? Should be last year.
Yeah, must have been last year.
It was last year. I was like, wow, this is an incredible person. And today we're sitting and sharing the genius with the whole world.
You flatter me.
We're sharing the genius with the whole world. Yeah, so tell me, Coli, what exactly do you do?
Yeah, so I do 1,000,001 things. But yeah, maybe work-wise, I work for an NGO. It's called CLGF, Commonwealth Local Government Forum. It works with local authorities where we help people do businesses, make money. It's local economic development. But we also do women empowerment. I recently did a really good project where we're empowering women to say we need more women in leadership. We need more women in power, politics, because we simply don't have enough. I remember when we started the project, there were only 12 councillors that were female. There were 12 out of 96.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's bad. It's really bad. But we do want women in power because the issues that they deal with from the locality is from both women and men. So you need both women and men in decision making so that the decisions are sort of balanced, you see. So that's my one hat, local economic development. I also have an NGO. It's called Colisile Tfwala Foundation, named after my mother. I'm extremely passionate about the work that we do there as well. So we also do entrepreneurship there. I have been doing youth entrepreneurship for a very long time. I actually studied that in my master's, how to encourage youth entrepreneurship or how to develop youth entrepreneurship. So that's what I do also in the foundation. And recently, which I'm excited about, we produced a workbook, which I'm sure we will get to talk about. But it's part of the work that I do as a servant. But I also do a lot of mentorship work because I mentor girls. I've been mentoring about 11 girls for years now, since 2016. It was a pilot. I started it with them as a pilot. But my girls have grown, I've been there, held their hand, we've cried together, we've laughed together, we've grown together. It's exciting. But recently I started mentoring in orphanages as well. So I mentor at Sudula Sandla. I've got like little ones, the small ones, up to really like 18 years, I think. That also has been absolutely amazing. Listening at those little ones, telling them, recently we did vision boarding. And I was telling them we need to dream. It doesn't matter how big your dream is, dream it. So that was amazing. So I do quite a few things. I think today I'll just mention that. I do do a lot of things. I do do a lot of things. So
it's quite interesting, but what's really interesting is the mentorship for me,
Yeah.
because I feel like it's something that's lacking in Africa. We do not have mentors, so most of the things that we do is trial and error,
Yeah.
and we are likely to fail. So I'm actually interested, like, how did you decide to say, okay, I want to start mentoring these
Yeah.
girls?
Yeah, so in 2016, I qualified to be part of a program. It's called Mandela Washington Fellowship. It was started by President Barack Obama.
Alright.
So they take young people in Africa, and you get to go to the US, and you are there for about 6 weeks, where they just empower you, leadership, and then you come back. But other people then stay for 6 more weeks, where they sort of intern. You just learn on how things are done in the US. So it's a really good program, and it's quite competitive, because I remember they wanted only 1,000 in the year that I went there, and 42,000 young Africans applied, and they only took 1,000. And in order for you to take you have to show that you are passionate about your community. So we were already doing things that show that we want to impact our community. So they take you there to give you more tools so you can come back. So I remember from a certain we were 12, and there were only 4 leaders and 8 guys. So I stood there and I'm like, hold on, something is not right. How come there's only 4 of us and there's 8 guys? That's not fair. So that's what made me say, when I come back, I want to start mentoring young girls. So I came back, and then I started mentoring young girls. But what I've realized as we've been mentoring is that a lot of young boys are being left behind. And my goals know how to do your goals, how to do an action plan to say this is what I want to do and this is what I'm going to do. They know how to do community service. But what I've found is that when you ask a lot of young men, what is your vision? What is your dream? What is your mission? What is your purpose? What are you here on earth to do? A lot of them struggle to answer those questions. And that's when I realized that our men are being left behind, and that's not right, because we need a balanced world. We need empowered men and we need empowered women. Which is why I started mentoring in orphanages. And my mentees in orphanages have both males and females. And at the same, right now I'm the only one doing it, but I do it with my mentees, the females that I've been mentoring since 2016. They help me, but I am looking at bringing on a male, so that in case I've got questions that are male-oriented, that male can be able to help them out. So yeah.
That's very interesting, because I remember, so we were at Ndibano, and there was a women empowerment workshop going on. So the guys were sitting behind, and I was sitting with the guys there, and the guys were complaining like, why? Who's talking about men here? Like everyone was complaining, and there's so much. There's a negative connotation that is developed with, especially with the males, because of so much attention that's being given to men. And I think that's really interesting, the way that you're approaching it. But anyway, speaking about the book, you mentioned the workbook. How did that come to be?
Oh my God, the workbook. So I've made so many mistakes when it comes to money. Oh my God, I'm sure your mistake or anybody else's mistakes don't come close to mine. I'm telling you, I've made so many mistakes when it comes to managing money. So I sat down and I thought, you know what, I don't want other people to make the same mistakes I've made. And you know, it's so interesting, because sometimes we really get, we think, oh, you know what, I've got a degree, I've got a master's degree, I can hand you this money. No.
Your degree does not matter.
No, your master's not. So I think that's where I learned that, oh no, I thought I was smart, but this money thing is kicking me like big time. So I thought to myself, you know what, I want to do my bit to help fellow Swazis, fellow Africans, to really learn how to manage your money. And financial literacy is such a big thing. And you know what, it's not only Africa. I've been reading stats, it's all over the world. Financial literacy, people don't know how to handle money. They don't know.
True.
Exactly.
That's very true.
Mostly we struggle about money, not because we don't have money, but because we don't know how to live within our means, and we don't know what to do with the money once we get it.
We'll never learn about the money.
We'll never learn about the money in school.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that's what I want to do. So this workbook is not just a workbook. It's really a tool that is to facilitate a conversation. So I've been saying to people, listen, you buy the workbook, and the workbook is really not expensive. You buy the workbook, and then we have a conversation. There's a 3-day training that comes with it. It's free.
All right.
Yeah.
After you buy it.
After you buy the book.
All right.
So then we have a virtual training where we actually get to talk about it, and we get to ask questions. I'm also a qualified certified finance coach.
Alright.
So for those people who want a one-on-one closer and work together like a hand holding, I do that. But that's for an extra fee. But if you buy the book, you get free training. So we get to talk about it. And I always say that if you want to change your behavior and it's not that good concerning money, have to get somebody that you'll be accountable to. So you can either get a finance coach or you can get a friend of yours that you trust. Every month you meet with a friend. The friend says you had a budget. You earn 3,000 rands, you had a budget for 3,000 rands. How did it go?
Yeah, what did it disappear?
Exactly. So you get to be accountable. So that's what this is all about. It's just to say, you know what? Let's learn this money thing. Really, we can't keep getting it wrong. And for me, really, I always think, because I want to make an impact. I've always wanted to make an impact. So I think it is bad if we have this money, no matter how much it is, if you don't know how to spend it, you don't have enough left for you to help somebody else, for you to make an impact. Because everybody can make an impact. You don't have to be earning millions to make an impact. No. With your 5,000 rand, you can make an impact. Just know how to apportion it to things that are important. If you have a little left, help somebody else who needs it. We need that in Africa because we end up most of the time having to look at the West, the East to come help us. But if we learn to spend our money well, that we've got enough left to help each other, we're going to be okay.
I think that's a very interesting concept because everybody is looking to be helped.
Exactly.
Nobody looks to help
others.
another. And with the knowledge that you'll be disseminating through the book, I think it'll be very effective if we now know how to handle the money and we can help the next person. We wouldn't need nobody to come to our rescue. But now the problem is everybody's looking to eat. We are all there to eat. Like, hey, I'm only having 5,000 here, and it's not gonna be even enough. We are always going into the negative, and it's quite interesting also the way that you approach your book. I think that's something special. Instead of reading a book, it's a workbook. Where I believe you will be writing some things. But was it intentional the way you did it? Why exactly?
It was intentional because I had attended a couple of sessions on managing my money. In all sincerity, I would get into the session, somebody will tell us, I'd get excited, but as soon as I got out the door, it was over. I forgot. I'm going to spend my money on KFC. I didn't plan for. So I realized that if I really want to make a proper impact, let's change something. Which is why when you read the book, it will be very specific to say, one, you read what it says. Two, you do all the exercises there. Because what it will do is it will teach you about making a personal balance sheet. And then there'll be an exercise to say, now let's do it. Do your personal balance sheet, find out what your net worth is. This is how you do it. And then it will go on to say, it'll teach you about budgeting, and then it says, let's do it. Let's budget now. So it gets to be practical. But it also then says, get somebody to help hold you accountable. That's another part. That's the third part that's extremely important. You don't have to get a finance coach. If you do have the money, because you find that maybe, for me, I charge about 500 per month, but I mean, it will depend. It depends, and we have a conversation about it. But you can get it for free from someone who's your friend or your relative who can hold you accountable, you know? Exactly. So have that third part so that you know. Before you overspend, you think, what am I gonna tell Bakelele? Or whoever, one of your friends, Smart. What am I gonna tell Smart? What did I do with this money? Because now I'll be like, okay, my friend, let's talk about this. How did it go? So that having that somebody to know, you know what, I'm accountable to somebody will help you decide, okay, let's forget about the landers today. We'll budget for it and then we'll have it, you know? Because it's not bad to enjoy yourself, have entertainment, but budget for it. And no, I can have entertainment up to this point, and then we'll have to wait for next month because the money is finished. There is no more money. And I mean, it also teaches you really important concepts that pay yourself first, savings. It says save first and spend what you haven't saved. Not to say spend, then save what's ready. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. So if you know and you have this mindset change to say, you know what, I save first because I know what my goals are, what my financial goals are. So I save towards my goals, and whatever is left, then I can spend.
Interesting. But what most of the people that I hang around with, or most of the youth out there, do not have a stable income.
That's true.
How then do you? Because someone like me, I get 5,000 today. Maybe I wait for 2 months to get 2,000, and then I get 20, and I get 100 rand. How do I then work it around in such a case?
That's so true. So we normally say if you don't have a stable income, budget based on the lowest income you normally get.
All right.
Yeah. So if you know that, you know what, if I look back in the past year or two, the lowest income that I'm normally guaranteed per month is 500 rands. That's an example.
Yeah.
Then budget based on that 500 rands.
Okay.
That might mean that you don't get a flat by yourself, you move in with a friend, so you share the rent in a cheaper place.
All right.
So that if it happens that you get 10,000 instead of the 500 that you normally, then you know you put it in your savings. Then you know you're living below a certain standard and you can get to invest that money and you make more money such that you can invest in an investment vehicle where it can start giving you money monthly. Annuity, it's called.
Yeah.
So you can literally, then you know this kind of money is guaranteed from this vehicle. You see?
Yeah.
So you have to like think, I will budget on the lowest that I normally get and then we will take it from there.
I think that's genius.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's genius, because when I get 10,000, I'm thinking, hey, let's go.
I'm rich.
They all kind of know it.
Exactly.
They all kind of know it.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
it's quite interesting, that approach, budgeting with
The
this,
laws.
the law. But if people want to get the workbook, where do they get?
Yeah, so you can order the workbook from me. I'm definitely going to put it up eventually, but I think for Swazas it's easier to just get it from me because we are going to put it up on Amazon, where you get to pay dollars for it. It's cheaper to get it from me. So you can either WhatsApp me 7603-6499 or email busisiweBembeFoundation@gmail.com.
Interesting. Now I'm actually interested in knowing how the journey was writing the book.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what? Because I'm a researcher, it took me a while.
Okay.
It took me a lot of sleeping 4 hours, 6 hours a day, and just like 16 hours days, just like sitting there writing.
Yeah.
Researching, because I like to do proper research. And in all sincerity, I like to put up what I'm happy with. If I'm going to put it out there, I need to be happy with. And the good thing is I'm always open to improvements. If somebody comes and says, okay, Coli, why don't you add this here? I mean, it's a good thing because it's a workbook that I wrote. I can change it anytime and we can come up with a newer version, like an improved version, which is good. But it took a lot of research for me and taking so much time. I'm writing it. But the good thing about it, it's more global. I made it global because I'm going to put it in Amazon, which is why I like the trainings. Because the trainings will then be geared towards us to say, okay, so if we're talking about a provident fund, we have maybe ENPF. So somebody can then say, for this, I know where to go, So that's why it has to be coupled with a training that's like more relevant and that's more focused. But yeah, it just took a lot of hours, a lot of research, and I needed to be happy with the quality that I was going to put out. Because if I want to make a proper impact, I can't just, I'm just getting it out of the way now.
Well, it's interesting. I was reading your status and you were saying something about lack of sleep and you're like, now you're tired.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Because there's so many people out there who are saying 8 hours. How do you then navigate? Because I don't agree with the 8-hour people, by the way. I think that's a lie. But that's just me.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Sleeping less than 8 hours.
Yeah.
And you've been doing it for years now.
Yeah.
How's it working for you?
No, I mean, the good thing about your body, it will tell you when it's, I was saying recently that it was charging me, it was starting to charge me, it said, well, since you've been cheating, here's your bill. It will charge you, you just have to be very sensitive. Listen to your body, because in all sincerity, 8 hours is a long time. Like I was saying, that there were days where I would just work 16 hours straight. Exactly.
Yeah.
So 8 hours will take so much out of you. Like it will take so much from your time that you could be doing something else to impact people. So I normally, for me, I'm very happy if I do 6 hours. But there were times when I was doing the workbook where I'll do 4 hours. But then that's when I'm seriously under pressure. I'll do 4 hours. Excuse me, I normally try not to do under 4 hours. So 4 hours is normally good enough for me. I can function for a while, like for days. In 4 hours, But to function properly, I need 6 hours. Then I can function properly like a proper human being. But 8 hours is too much time. I think it's too much.
I'm so happy.
I think it's too much time.
Happy. It's too much time for you.
I think it's too much time. But if my body complains in any way, then I'm paid back. Then I'll sleep for a bit more. Like I can do like maybe once in a few months if my body complains. I can do 1 day, 10 hours. I'm okay with that. Yeah. But otherwise, I'm the type of person that will work even on Sunday. I'll go to church, come back, rest a bit, then work. And I'm happy.
I'm so happy.
I'm happy.
Because a lot of my friends be trying to make me feel guilty. If you are listening, you know, they're like, why are you working on Sunday? Why are you working at 12? I'm like, yo guys, 8 hours is a lot.
It is a lot. It definitely is. But I mean, if you want to make an impact really and you want to help a lot of people, you have to make sacrifices. And obviously, like I'm saying, make sacrifices that your body can handle. Because you also don't want to be super stressed in your body, giving up on you, or being sick. You also don't want that. But in all sincerity, our bodies are quite generous. They can let you go on for a while before they charge you. If you want to give you the bill, they will give you the bill. Listen to that body before it gets worse. But yeah, anyways, I think it's a whole lot.
But were you always this driven, like from the younger Coli to the now Coli, like?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think so. I think I was always a bit of a different child, a weird child.
Yeah.
I've always thought of things differently. I've always thought of things differently in that I like questioning why do we do things the way we do things. For instance, I have worked in the NGO space for a while now. Actually, my first real job was with World Vision.
Alright.
And what I've started questioning is, why do we have so many NGOs and so many millions coming into the country, yet we still have so much poverty?
Yeah.
Why?
Does not make sense.
It doesn't make sense, you know. Then you start questioning these things and you start saying, why do we start doing projects and then the money runs out and then we stop doing the project and yet the people still need us and then how can we do it differently?
Exactly.
Which is why I did the workbook, because for my Colisile Tfwala Foundation, what I want is not to keep applying for funding. Selling the workbook, that will fund the work that I do, you know? Exactly, I'm selling a product from what I've put together. And I'm selling it with a fair price because I mean the hard copy is 250 and it's 200 for the soft copy. I think that's fair enough. And I use that money to fund the work that I get to do because I'm passionate about that. If I do that and I'm funding it with my own money, nobody keeps asking me, oh, how many people have you reached? It's not about numbers. It's about me making an impact and a difference. Exactly. And if I decide I want to do one project for 10 years, hey,
it's your choice. Who's gonna ask you? No
exactly. Exactly. But now you're doing a project and the people still need it and the funder says, oh, we don't have money. You know? So there's something wrong also with our mindset that will say somebody's supposed to give me money from someone. Why aren't we thinking, how can we generate money so we can get to do the projects that we are passionate about and for as long as we want to do that? So I've always had that different mindset. And I also think that, because I went to a public school, high school, and then I got a scholarship to go to Waterford to do IB, International Baccalaureate. Also, Waterford helped me a lot. There was also that shift because one of the things you have to do at Waterford is community service. So you are told you are not just your own, like, oh, I'm supposed to just do my life. So you start learning that, oh, so I'm supposed to help other people. Oh, so I feel good when I help other people. So that actually really helped me. And then obviously the things that I started doing, the Mandela Washington Fellowship, all those things that I've been exposed to, you know, how Bible normally says to whom much is given, much is required.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've held myself accountable to say, if the American people sent me to the US for 6 weeks and gave me so much money, I owe it to them to help my people. Because I can't just be happy that, oh, I received a scholarship. Oh, I know, it's me. You can't. You can't. You owe it to then help somebody else because you've been helped before as well.
It's quite interesting. You know, I was reading a study which was saying, I think there's 3 times the amount of minerals that leave Africa is 3 times the amount of aid that comes to Africa. What's the book called? I'm forgetting the name of the book.
Yeah.
But it was speaking about how we actually don't need aid.
We don't.
Yeah, I don't know what you feel about that.
Oh no, we definitely don't need aid. Oh my god. Oh my god, I think that's a big conversation. What we need in Africa is a change of mindset. That's all. I promise you, that's all we need. It's a change of mindset. What I do when I mentor people, I train them to be servant leaders.
All right.
The reason I train servant leadership is a servant leader wants to serve his people or her people.
Yeah.
It's not me, worship me, I'm your boss, I'm your leader. No, a leader is a servant. You are there to serve your people. So the most important person is not the leader, but it's the people. When you have that mindset that I want to serve my people, you stop being greedy. It's not about, oh, I'm going to do this for you because you give me money. No, you stop being greedy. you care, genuinely care about your people. And once we have that mindset and that change of heart, and if we impact it when people are still young, our children are still young, they grow up better. They grow up understanding that I'm here to serve and to help my people. And once we have a lot of Africans like that, I promise you, we will all understand we don't need we've got each other. Let's work together and we're going to be, actually we'll be more than fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I love the way you put it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we'll be more than fine.
It's fun because today we're having a debate about, there's a documentary with the Gold Mafia. I don't know if you've watched it. Please go and watch that documentary. You have to. Even if you have not watched the Gold Mafia, you have to go and watch.
Okay.
So it's about how they are cleaning money using the gold in Zimbabwe. Millions of US dollars every week. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. I can imagine the change that it can make. But anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. It's about in the group. It's a group with the youth. So people were saying, giving a lot of opinions. Then there's someone saying, when you get there, you're gonna be like that.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of money, guys.
Yeah.
Then my opinion was like, money only magnifies what you are already.
Exactly.
So if you are greedy today,
Exactly.
with your few rands,
Exactly.
it doesn't matter now. Because when you have a lot of rands, you're just gonna be greedy.
Exactly.
But now, what I left in that conversation was, if you're a servant leader,
Yeah.
you will not then be greedy. I think
That is so true. That is so true. You know what? We are who we are. And in all sincerity, I think it's always easier when it's developed when you are young. Because a lot of us, we're not perfect, but your heart, the condition of your heart. I've been in so many positions. I mean, I run my NGO, but I also run the international NGO, CLGF. I've been in positions where I could have been corrupt, where I'd say, I'll give you this job if you give me a certain position. But no, why? Because I want my peace.
Exactly.
I want to sleep at night.
Yeah.
I want to sleep at night.
Yeah.
But in all sincerity, I think it just begins with who you are. What do you value? I value making an impact. I value making a difference. I value seeing somebody happy. I actually was laughing this other time. I was just going through a difficult period in my life. And oh my God, every time somebody won and something good happened to them, I was genuinely happy for them. You know, I wasn't like, when is it going to happen to me? No.
Yeah.
That's when I realized, you know what? The condition of your heart will always count. So it won't matter if it's 2,000 rand or 2 billion, because you will know money is just money. I promise you, people will blow 2 million like that. People who are corrupt, they don't know what to do with it. And they don't want you to see them driving this new car, you start questioning. So they don't go to Dubai with that 2 million, blow it like that. You see? So it doesn't matter whether it's 2,000 or it's 2 billion or it's 2 million. It's just the condition of your heart. What do you value as a human?
Exactly. And I feel like, there's a concept that I've been learning, that, we are pure beings.
Yeah.
And we've just shifted.
We have.
So it's like, is there a source of darkness? There is no source of darkness. There's only a source of light.
Yeah.
So if you realize that you're just light, you come back to your true self, and then you
I like that.
stop being greedy, and because you realize, no, this is not me. You have just shifted.
I like that.
If you are now a thief, doesn't make you a thief. You just have shifted. Go back to your true self.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful concept.
It is.
Yeah, but anyway, it's been a fire conversation talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you came through. Again, where do we find the book again?
So you can get the book with me. You can WhatsApp me or call. I just prefer WhatsApp. Because I'm normally on WhatsApp and I'm able to respond. So 7603 6499. Or you can send an email to busisiwe foundation, one word, @gmail.com.
Alright, so it's busisiwe foundation @gmail.com.
Yeah.
The phone number, I'll have to listen to this and put it.
I can say it one last time. But you have my phone number because I was there.
Yeah. But anyway, please, people, do get the book. It will really, really help you in terms of your finances, guys. We need it. It's too late even. The way when it came now, it's very late. It should have come back there. But anyway, it's here. So go get it. It's only 250, right?
200 for a soft copy and 350 for a hard copy.
Yeah, you have the prices. People, do go and buy Colisile book. Anyway, from me, Kudzai Mshambi, thank you very much for watching, and we are out. Hey, bye.
willing to be a teacher. So you can't make such a money, lots of money.
Yeah.
So you have to be somewhere where there is those resources.
That's true. You know what my book will also do? It will give you more than 60 sources of income.
60.
More than 60 things you can do to make money. Yeah. So you just have to choose what you find it, because let's say you become a teacher. Teachers have a break. You have a break when you're not teaching. What are you doing with that time? You have a break. Let me say you're teaching at primary school and you're out by 2. What are you doing for the rest of your time? We were talking about 8 hours being way too much to sleep. Some of you are like graphic designers. I got my book cover. What you'll see, he'll show you my book cover. It's beautiful. I got it from Fiverr. It was some girl in the US that designed it. Fiverr, if you're a graphic designer, why aren't you on Fiverr? No.
Oh, Fiverr. No, I have Fiverr. I was learning through it these days. It's Fiverr, yeah. I was learning through it because they say you're doing freelancing or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you have no skills.
I was thinking about what I can benefit from this, but my research was never finished.
You should be there, be one of the sellers. Yeah. You literally have the world.
The problem is sometimes, it's a bit harder, as you say. We're not used to the system. So when we get to the system, we have to do a lot of work, a lot of research until we reach that stage.
Yes.
No, but the research has been done now.
Yeah, that's why you that's why you need to look at the workbook, because it will tell you a lot of those things. And it's global, and the reason it's global because I need us to think globally. A lot of people will be like, oh, but Eswatini is small. Why are you thinking of Eswatini? Let's just start there.
Why?
Exactly, why? Think of the whole world. It is your playground. Think, what can you do on the internet? You can do book review.
I don't think, as you say, you've got an organization where maybe different people can come to share ideas and also to share some resources, because others don't have to start up, something like that. So honestly, if maybe this one got two shirts, maybe say two shirts which are free. Maybe they can be sold and make money for Colisile to start his own thing, as I said.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
because sometimes it's lack of this.
That's so true. Okay. I think one of the first thing that we'll do when we do the training is, what is your mindset? Yeah. Because in all sincerity, you see those nice sneakers you wear? You can sell those sneakers and start a business. Some businesses don't even need you to sell those sneakers. You can come and say, Coli, I see your car is dirty. Can I wash it for you? You pay me.
And that's the problem, because Coli sometimes say no.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You can get 10 no's and get 1 yes. All you need is 1 yes. And I think a lot of us automatically think negatively and say, what if she says?
Yeah, that's the thing, because when I come and approach Coli, when Coli is on another maybe mind, Coli will be like, why is this guy coming to me? All those cars which are here, just choosing my car. What's the special about my car?
If Coli says no, go find somebody else who's gonna say yes. Keep knocking until somebody opens the door. And I think that's where it starts. I think that's positive mindset. I always say, I tell people, I remember when I was going to varsity and I was going to do my first year, I was going to UKZN. So I got the scholarship, I got a STBA scholarship, but it came in late and then started studying at UKZN. So I had taken a gap year and I decided I'm not taking another gap year. I'm going to UKZN, they're not answering me. I'm going to UKZN and I'm telling them I need to go to class today. I traveled, I've never been to UKZN in my life. Fortunately, this friend of mine, he's like, oh, Peter Marisburg, I know where Peter Marisburg is, let's go. I'm like, let's go. We stayed over at my friend's place in Durban. We woke up the following morning, we went to UKZN and we said, who do we need to talk to? I need to do this course, who's in charge? They gave me some Indian guy. I spoke to the Indian guy. He's like, okay, so what you need? Let me give you the person who's like in charge somewhere. I said in front of the white lady and I said to her, I need to go to class. Do you understand? I've taken a gap and I'm not taking another one. She looked at me. She's like, and I said, no, but, and she tried to defend, but no, they've been in class for 3 weeks. They're gonna be writing a test next week. I said, give me the same test. I'm gonna pass it more than the people who are in class. Oh, and I passed it. I aced that test. So she said at the end, like she argues, and then she eventually says, okay, go to class today. I didn't have clothes. I hadn't bought clothes, and I was like, okay, let me quickly go home. She's like, oh, then you're joking. I'm like,
I'm going out.
I'm staying. I'm going to class. I stayed in class. My friend went back with my passport to give me a study permit. I had nothing. That night, there were Swazis there. I found Swazis, they gave me a blanket. Fortunately, God being good, I had confirmed my place where I was going to sleep, and they still kept it. So I went, I stayed there, they gave me a blanket, I stayed there, went to class, started going to class. Same thing when I was doing my master's. They didn't respond at vets. I wanted to go do my masters. I went to vets. I went there and they said, you need to talk to some women. And she's called Chris. I was like, where is she? They said, she's registering postgrad. Go to the hall. I went to the hall, found her. She was busy with some teachers there. I said, hi, Chris. My name is Coli. I applied. You guys didn't respond. Please tell me why.
What's the problem?
And Chris, she's like, I don't know. I have to go to the machine. But the machine is not here. And I'm busy registering here. She's like, come back tomorrow. I said, I'm from Eswatini and I can't go back. I can't go back.
But I think it's better to go for them because I remember also when I finished like my college, I just wanted to intern. So I wrote for FinCop for being an intern. So they responded me. Imagine I was like I saw the message coming in like on email.
Yeah.
So I thought like hey, they're answering wow. They said no, we can't afford to take interns for this moment. I was like, imagine the whole section, but I'm gonna be there, not troubling anyone, just to be learning what.
So you gave up when they said that?
No, I tried to email them saying, okay, you know what, I've got maybe nothing to do with mine. I just come here to learn the skill and everything.
You
but
don't.
they declined.
Yeah, you go there, you say, you sit.
Yeah,
you tell somebody.
I feel the power.
You have to tell me.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
That's
Nothing can stop me. The only thing that can stop me is me.
Exactly.
Like, the only thing standing in my way.
Exactly.
I feel that.
Exactly.
Wow.
when you already conclude, like they're gonna say no.
Yeah.
It's like I was reading this study. It says most businesses fail 9 times.
Yeah.
So some
So you have to
guy,
keep trying.
some guy was like, it means I just have to start.
Do it sometimes.
So that's the attitude. So if you go to the place, you're like, 8 more,
I am telling you.
7 more.
But everything
I
I
am
think
telling you.
she's correct. The
Yeah,
mindset. Once we
exactly.
shift,
It's a
mindset.
mindset. You shift your mindset. I promise you, nothing can stop you.
Yeah, yeah.
Me, I can go and talk to presidents. Yeah, I don't care. Do I look like I care your president?
Yeah, yeah.
I've got something to tell you.
I'm the person.
I like that.
You just have to. I think it's just shift of mindset. Yeah, and they told me in my masters. And
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, they took you for the masters.
No, but you see, Chris was standing there. She's like, no, I can't. And then one lecturer overheard, Rob, and Rob said, excuse me, ma'am, you say you applied for what? I told him entrepreneurship. He says, you wanted to do it by research or full time? By going to class. I said research. He's like, give me a result. Oh, and I get my result. Everything. I was ready.
Yeah.
So I give Rob. Rob looks and he's like, you got good results. Why didn't they respond? And then he's like, you know what? I'm getting you admitted now.
Oh.
And Chris was telling me, no, Rob, you can't do it. Rob went to some chick in the computer and write a letter now.
I've accepted right here, right now.
And Chris was like, no, Rob, you can't do that. And Rob says, if I find out you got this and you didn't send it to me, you're in trouble.
Yeah. You just
I
feel
got
like
accepted. I did my
man.
masters.
Wow.
So show up. Show up and don't take no for an answer.
Yeah, I think that's where most people feel. Like after the rejection letter, I mean,
And I
yeah.
But I remember the time when we were like doing fundraising. When I did that for washing cars to a church or something. You remember that guy went to check out? It was like, you know what? People they think about hard things,
Yeah.
not soft things. I was like, then that thing blew my mind. It was like, so you know, about this, so this I have to think about something which is bigger or something. You know, like it's sometimes killing the psychology.
That's true. Like tiny things like washing a car can make a
Yeah, because I thought that would make money, but whenever they say things for people. Other class, so other class.
Yeah.
But people start somewhere and then they end somewhere.
Of course, matters.
That's the thing.
Yeah, be willing to do whatever it takes. And you know, I think you asked me if I've always had that mindset. Every time I went into a job, I went into the job understanding I'm gonna be here for a short time because there's a higher step. I had a path and I was very clear that I'm working for you, but I'm gonna keep going higher. Which is why now I'm glad to be running my own NGO. And I know, with my focus, I'm gonna do so many things that will impact people because I'm that much passionate and I'm that much hardworking, you know. But I think a lot of people go into work and they don't understand I'm here to work, get it done, eventually graduate to my next level. And they get so bogged down with the little things and they're busy sitting in corners complaining. I never sat in corners complaining for what? I will go into work, do my job, get out, go home, rest, and then 6 years, I remember when I worked for Maspala, I was so good at my job. 6 years later, I tell my boss, Mhlomo, I was reporting to the CEO, I said, I'm going. He says, why? I say, I'm just done. I've done what I came here for. He couldn't believe it. It was a really good job.
Yeah.
I said, no, Coli, but you know I love your work. You can't just. He rejected my resignation letter for a couple of times. And then he asked me at the end, when he saw that he had no choice, he said, please stay on for a little bit longer because I had that much impact. I was like, no, but I'm done. It's a good job. I love you as my boss, but I need to do the next level. That understanding that this is a journey. I'm here, I impact, I leave, and I go to the next place. That understanding will help you not get bogged down by anything. I was never bothered. I lived in my own world. And because I lived in my own world, I would do things people wouldn't normally do. I hear people say, why are you always traveling? Dude, I traveled. Taiwan, South Korea, Cape Verde. I travel. People are like, but why are you always
the
traveling?
problem is the mind is not on the comfort zone.
I'm always stretching myself.
You always like finding
Exactly.
How were you traveling to all those countries?
Oh! Okay, so I think one, definitely, I would find something happening. I remember, even with the Mandela Washington Fellowship, I found it, I applied, and I needed my CEO to say yes, because they needed to give me money. And I went for 6 weeks, and it was a lot of money. He says yes. So I would find some things, and I'll go ask, and people would be so scared. Oh, I'm not going to ask the CEO, I'd say, if it's in line with my work and it will help me do my work better, why would he say no?
Exactly.
So I'd go ask him. I'm like, I want to go to this thing, and he'll say justify how it will work, how it will help me work. I'll justify it and I'll go.
Yeah,
but
now I think I'm also answered by how do you locate yourself to resources. You just go and ask.
I promise you. Because I remember the first week I came to Council, I wanted to go to Lesotho. I was doing some project with my brother. Minister of Agriculture said, we want to take you to Lesotho for free in this workshop. And I asked somebody, I was like, okay, so how does it work here at Council? If I want to go, it's not really related to my job, but it can help my job. And this person says, it's impossible. You've only been here for a week. It's impossible. You see, you don't tell me. I went and I asked.
And you went to this one?
And I asked, and he says, justify how it will help your job. He let me go, he gave me money.
Oh, shit.
You were scared to ask. If they say no, you're not gonna die. The worst they can do is
it's
no.
just next option.
Exactly. Just find the next. So I always ask. But that also then also I
think sometimes from the background, from the psychology, like from the background where you were raised, whereby if people will say no, you feel like low steam and everything, so you need to. Like you feel down. So you need to build up.
You have to
Let's say no.
You have to build up. I think church helped me. I think church helped me because I grew up in a church where you're told you have to make an impact in this world, and then you're told the Bible verses that will.
No, you don't go to church up there.
I go to Eagles Wings.
Yeah, I saw you.
You've seen me in Eagles Wings.
Yeah, that's why I said this place is familiar.
Yeah, I go to Eagles Wings.
But I didn't understand because no, and then
He's afraid of the no.
Yeah, I was afraid of the no. But I seen it somewhere.
He's kidding us.
But I got to ask, it's like, oh, it looks familiar.
So at least you married yourself. But you see, Eagles Wings, they teach you that mindset.
Yeah, the pastor is so powerful.
It's amazing. I've been going there for more than 20 years. Yeah, so it's ingrained. It's in me. I live it.
Now you become the egg itself.
It's all right. But I think it helped me because when I first came, it was in 2001, and when I first came, the mindset shift that had to happen. I had to learn verses that says, God has plans to prosper you, not to harm you. So when sometimes there's a no, it's okay. It just means it's either not now, or there's something better you should be doing, and not that particular thing. So that helps build your esteem, such that whatever somebody says, it doesn't affect you. You're like, you're not God.
To that.
You're not the sort of practice
You're not important.
If somebody say no, just say amen.
Thank you.
Now I know I was knocking on the wrong door.
Don't tell me. Now I want to waste my time. On to the next.
Yeah, I'm thinking about you.
Exactly.
Just can't take my
It helps. So that definitely helps. That brainwashing. Brainwash yourself with the word. It helps.
Yeah, the mindset.
Spiritual journey.
You need that section. You need that section. It helps with a lot.
Yeah.
I would say,
wrap it up.
I remember.
Yeah, that's been good. Thank you so much.